Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the College Football Show on the Sports Talkline Network, where we talk sport 24/7, 365. I'm your host, Spinksy. I was off last week. I hope you didn't miss me too much, but I'm back here ready to rock and roll. To all our US followers out there, our viewers, happy 4th of July. Congratulations. We're halfway through the year. You guys have made it. Independence Day. Here it is. Whatever you guys are doing out there, make sure you stay safe. Wear those masks. Cover up, folks. I don't want you guys to get sick. I want you back here listening to my show. Get the fireworks out. Get the beers going. I get it. 4th of July. Enjoy it, folks. Enjoy it. On this week's show, we are talking COVID-19. Will there be a football season at all? We're also having in my interview I had earlier in the week with California Golden Bears Aussie punter Jamieson Sheahan. So he'll be on the show soon. And we're also talking to the 7 best college football mascots that are out there. And there are a few pretty ordinary ones. So I might mention the ordinary ones on the side as well. We'll see. But first of all, this virus seems to be getting worse. I am an optimist in all aspects of my life. I want there to be a football season. Maybe I've buried my head in the sand a few times, and I just don't think that this is real, I suppose. But here we are, 10 weeks out from a college football season, 8 to 10 weeks out, and we might not actually have a season. And this is heartbreaking to me. I want there to be a college football season. I want you people to be out there wearing your masks, covering up, stopping the spread of this virus. But recently, CBS released a report saying that it's unlikely a season will actually go ahead. And maybe I've been burying my head in the sand this whole time, and I'm just unsure exactly what's going to happen here. But it looks like there could be no season. And this is becoming a real possibility. Sports over here in Australia are sort of taking off a bit more now, but there's more social distancing going on here. Over there in the US, social distancing is working, but football is a contact sport. It's a contact sport, so players are going to spread the virus. This report through CBS said there could be up to 1,300 cases of it, and there could be several deaths. And we don't want our players or our family members or our friends to get sick and die. No one wants that. No one wants that. And I'm sure everyone's going through it right now. But we need to be realistic about this, and there might not be a season at all. So look, whatever you're doing this weekend, guys, go out there, you drink your beers, you watch your fireworks, you do all that stuff, but wear a mask. Do it safely. Do it safely, folks. Let's all be safe in this together so we get a football season out of it. Come on, please. Right. That's my rant over and done with. Let's get on to the interview I had earlier in the week with California Golden Bears Aussie punter Jamison Sheahan. Folks, this kid was awesome. So let's get him on the show right now. Thank you.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Righto, and welcome to the show, Jamison Sheahan, the punter for the California Golden Bears. Mate, thanks for coming on the show.
Spinksy, great to see you, mate. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you having me on the show.
No worries at all, buddy. Now, let's give the fans a bit of a background here. 22 years old. You grew up in Bendigo in Victoria, which is about 100 miles northwest of Melbourne. Beautiful city down there, Melbourne. You played VFL, which is like a second grade AFL, for Essendon in 2018. And then you went through the Pro Kick system, which has seen some incredible punters come into the NFL. So you were with that system in 2019, and then you got a scholarship offer at the end of last year for 3 years with the California Golden Bears. Tell us a bit about that, mate. How did that sort of come about?
Yeah, it's been an amazing experience so far, Spinksy. It's been a real journey. So, like you said, I was playing for the Bombers in 2018, and at the end of 2018, and it was incredible. I had a great year there. Loved playing. It was nearly the dream, try and play AFL. So I was chasing that dream and playing with my mates at Essendon, and it was an awesome experience. And we actually made the prelim and just missed out on a granny. So that was awesome. And then I was lucky enough to get a call from Nathan Chapman like in January of 2019, to come down and give Pro Kick Australia a try. I'm a big college football and NFL football fan, so I knew a little bit about Pro Kick and the pipeline that was there. So to get that call was pretty exciting, and it was a new journey for me, a new chapter, and super excited to spend the year there working on my craft.
Yeah, look, I'm from a very small country town myself, and I got taken to an Anzac Day AFL game back in, might have been 97, 98. Is that Carlton and Essendon, I think? Is there Anzac Day AFL game? Yeah.
Yeah, went from Essendon and Collingwood. Yep.
Essendon, sorry, yeah. And I went from a small country town of about 20,000 folks to the MCG, and there was 105 there, and I was 13 years old, and that made me fall in love with sport, and I cried the whole time I was there. I'm like, this is incredible. Like, there's more people in this stadium than my whole town. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's the Anzac Day game is something incredible, and then grand final day as well. 105, 110,000 people. So they certainly know how to put on a spectacle. So it's our Super Bowl. So
sure is, mate. Yeah. So, what's it like coming through the Pro Kick system? Obviously, you watched a few college games in your time, but did you ever expect yourself to sort of be going through the Pro Kick thing?
It was actually something that came up for me pretty recently. My eyes were always set on, becoming an AFL player, and then this opportunity came up, and Pro Kick called, and it was just really good timing with everything that was going on for me to give it a go. And was always a massive fan of the sport, NFL and college. And Nathan Chapman had a look at me and said I had some real potential to go to a really awesome school over here. And the best part about getting the opportunity to work with Pro Kick is to get a degree in the US. So something I hadn't completed in Australia. So the opportunity to study abroad and to play in front of 60 to 80 to 100,000 every week, it's pretty incredible. So couldn't say no to the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm also trying to get a few of the Pro Kick guys on the show. So if you guys are watching, feel free, man, give me a call. Look, mate, why'd you choose the Cal Bears? I remember going to the Sydney Cup, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, with the Cal Bears. They were against the Hawaii over here in Sydney. It was an awesome game. I believe a quarterback you might know by the name of Jared Goff was on the side back then. Why the Cal Bears, mate? Obviously, California is awesome, but how'd you end up there?
Yeah, well, Pro Kick had a really strong relationship with Cal. Stephen Coots was a punter who went through the Pro Kick pipeline, and he played at Cal before me. So there was a really great connection there with Coach Regal. And Stephen was graduating, and he was finishing up his time there. And I was sort of really finding my craft really well at Pro Kick, and the stars aligned. And Chappie and Nathan Chapman and John Smith, they set up a chat with Coach Regal and sent some film over to Cal. And Charlie Regal, Coach Regal said, we'd love to take you. So it was a no-brainer for me. The University of California, Berkeley is one of the great schools in the world, number one public school in the world. So to get a degree from a school like this and to be able to play for a team that's really on the rise at the moment and making some waves in the Pac-12, it was a no-brainer for me to have the opportunity to go to Cal.
Speaking of that, what do you know about your competition through the Pac-12? I've been a college fan for probably 15 to 20 years now, and you guys have had some ups and some downs, and you seem to be coming back up now. What do you sort of know about the other teams in your competition?
Yeah, well, it's certainly a really exciting year for us. We've got a lot of returning guys. We actually haven't lost too many starters at all, maybe just a handful. So a lot of our guys are coming back. It's really exciting for us. And obviously the competition in the Pac-12 is really strong. It's part of the Big Five. So, USC is going to be awesome this year. They're going to be really strong. Oregon's always up there, Utah. So there's going to be some really tough competition for us. But, in the last couple of years, we've won 4 out of the 5 games in the Pac-12 North. And we're really trending well. Got Chase Garbers at quarterback, who's a really super talent. He's going to be great for us, and got a lot of senior guys. So this year we think could be our year, and we're working hard now to make sure that happens.
Obviously, in our eyes, you are starting week 1 or week 2 all the way through. But what kind of competition are you looking at? Are you others?
Yeah, so I'm the starting punter. So there's myself, and then we have a kicker who is also a punter. His main role is Dario. So Dario Longhetto, he'll probably at this stage be our starting kicker. He's a super talent, and if for some reason I was to go down, he would do the punt duties. He can punt as well. His first preference is kicking, but when Stephen Coots went down last year, he stepped in with the punt as well. So at this stage, I'm the starter, and I'm not going to let that go easily. So
exactly.
I work pretty hard to make sure that that's my role.
They certainly love their Aussie punters over there. I remember when I started to follow the game years ago, they were all ex-AFL guys. That was it. And there might have been 2 or 3, but there wasn't sort of a system to sort of come through. So it's actually starting to sort of look up now for the Aussies. But you mentioned earlier you're at training this afternoon. How's it like being back with COVID and having to social distance, and are you having to wash the footballs every time you touch them? Like, what are we talking about over there?
Yeah, obviously it's a really unique experience that, all the schools are experiencing right now, and everyone in the world is experiencing some sort of setbacks from COVID. So the university has been incredible. Cal Football has been really diligent about making sure that our safety comes first. So today was our first day back, socially distanced the whole time, at least 10 to 12 feet from the nearest person. And, we followed marked lines on the ground, and it was really structured really well. There's no footballs at this time of year. We're just in summer workouts. So we're just running and lifting, and they made sure that we were socially distanced the whole time and still getting our work in to make sure that we're ready to go come September.
Now, this is something I didn't actually ask you earlier, but obviously you did a few years of AFL training too, and all the runs on like the sand dunes down in Melbourne and stuff. So far, harder AFL training or harder NFL?
It's certainly different. Obviously in the AFL we can run up to 10 miles a game, so it's certainly an endurance sport, and you definitely use your aerobic system a lot more in football. Over here it's really short, sharp speed work, obviously, because the game is short, and there's, on the downs they swap players over a lot, so you've just got to be really explosive over here. So the main training difference for me has just been the short, sharp work. There hasn't been a whole lot of volume, but a lot of it's really intense. So just getting used to that has been what I've been trying to do.
Look, sorry, excuse me. What's it like to be to be an Aussie and to be part of college football? Cal Bears that don't have a lot of Aussies currently on their roster, but do you know a few of the guys sort of through the system? Are the Aussies sort of hanging out together and looking after one another? Like, what's it like to be part of such a big deal over there?
It's incredible. It's in Australia, it's hard to fathom how big college football is in America. It is just enormous. It's, bigger than AFL for us home. So it's followed by millions and millions of people. So to be a part of that is incredible. And to be a part of the Pro Kick family over here, all the boys look after each other really well. We're a very tight-knit family. A lot of us stay in contact. The guys that were working together at Pro Kick to try and come over here, we're really close. So spread out all over the country. I've got mates in Florida and Minnesota and all parts of Oregon and California, but we all stay together, and it's just an incredible opportunity to be a part of NCAA and college football. It's hard to fathom how big it really is. So
that's about the 15th time we've mentioned the Pro Kicks system. So hopefully they can sponsor the show soon. That'd be nice. Yeah. Thanks, guys. So obviously to get your degree is one of your goals, but sort of where do you see yourself? Is this a long-term thing? You're going to do a couple of years, you're going to go into the NFL as a punter for the Cowboys? That'd be nice. But sort of how do you see yourself in the next few years?
Oh, I'd love to play at the Cowboys. I'll just start with that. But for me, I'm looking at this stage to solidify my position on the Cal roster and make sure that I'm a starting punter for the next 2 years here at Cal. And then ultimately my goal is to play in the NFL. Dream is always dream big, and definitely think that given the opportunity that I've got the ability to play in the league. So just going to work on my craft for the next 2 years. Obviously the degree is really important for me over here, but ultimately at the end of the day, I'm trying to make the NFL. So, but first and foremost, we're going to win the Pac-12. We're going to work hard to win the Pac-12, and I'm going to get a degree, and then hopefully I'm on my way to the NFL.
Very nice, mate. Very nice. Now, the final question of the show is the question we ask everyone, and this would determine the kind of person they are. This question has divided my friendship group for many, many years. Do you keep your tomato sauce, your ketchup, in the cupboard or in the fridge?
Spinksy, that's a no-brainer for me. The tomato sauce we keep in the cupboard. Does not go in the fridge.
No. What are you doing, son? On the label, it says keep refrigerated. Oh, my God. Okay, interview's over. I've been having this argument for many, many years, and I don't see your side at all. But look, mate, thank you for being on the show. It was wonderful to have you here. Hopefully you'll come back and see me when you're big and famous one day.
Let's hope so, Spinksy. It's been a pleasure being on the show. I appreciate you having me.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate. Despite the fact that Jamison likes his sauce in the cupboard, he's welcome back on the show any time, folks. If you would like to be on the show, get in touch with us at Spinksy CFB or the College Sports Talk Line, or get in touch with us at Sports Talk Line and come on the show, guys. Everyone is welcome. Finally, we're going to talk my 7 favorite college football mascots. Now we've got Uga, the bulldog from the Georgia football team. Uga has been around for many, many years in one version or 2 versions or 3 versions. I can't actually remember how many I've had now, but Uga is a fan favorite around the world. He is much loved. Uga is fantastic. The Texas Longhorns get to bring a bull to games. That baffles me every single time. How can you bring a live animal to games? My 3rd favorite is obviously Mike the Tiger from LSU. If Texas gets to bring a Longhorn to a game, LSU should be allowed to bring a tiger. Why not? Some halftime entertainment, the tiger gets loose and eats someone. That'd be fantastic. Siegfried and Roy. Why not? Everyone would love to see that. Now, Colorado gets to bring a buffalo to games. Ralphie. His name is Ralphie. If they get to bring a buffalo, back me up again. Why can't LSU bring a tiger? Why not? I don't understand this. Anyway, my 5th favorite is the Oregon Ducks, the Mighty Ducks. Who does not love the Mighty Ducks? Anyone who's under the age of 40 loves the Mighty Ducks movies. So Oregon are going to get more and more fans by bringing ducks to games. Why not have a live duck? Everyone else gets to bring live animals. But anyway, the Oregon Ducks mascot is fantastic. Everyone loves it. The movie was great. Why not bring live ducks down there? Now, Sparty. We're talking the Michigan Spartans, Sparty. Sparty is a character. Looks like a Roman goddess, a Greek god, whoever it is. Turns up, his shield and sword, loves it. Well done to Michigan. Sparty's a fantastic character. Now, despite being an LSU fan, my all-time favorite is the Washington Huskies dog, Husky. Jonathan the Husky. What a beautiful dog this guy is. And they're probably the same as Georgia. They're probably on to their 5th or 6th Husky already by now because they've been around a long time. But who doesn't love a dog showing up at games? I'm sure he gets more pats than he knows what to do with. Folks, thank you very much. Thank you to Jamison. Thank you to my editor and the producer. Thank you to the 7 mascots. Happy 4th of July, everyone out there. Wear your masks, stay safe, have a huge weekend, go out, get drunk, see your friends, watch some fireworks, whatever you do, wear your mask out there, folks, and stay safe. Until next week, hooroo.